Okay, I hope I'm audible to all my students who are attending this particular lecture for the Iit-Jam Economics Entrance course. In this particular lecture, I'm going to continue with the discussion of the previous year paper for the Iit-Jam Economics Entrance. Okay, this is the 2024 question paper, which all students can now see on your screens. And if all my students can recall that in the previous lectures, starting from question number 1, I had solved till question 4 in the previous lecture. If I scroll down the question paper, we had solved till question 4 in the previous lecture. Now, in this particular lecture, I'm going to start with the discussion of question number 5, which all students can now currently see on your screens. So let's start with the discussion of this particular problem in this particular lecture. So let's start with the discussion of this particular lecture. So let's read question 5. Which of the following was announced in the Union Budget 23-24 to enhance the skill of lakhs of youths in the next 3 years? It's a question based on the Indian economy module. Okay, students should be well versed with what has happened, the changes which have taken up in the Indian economy, the policies or the yojanas which have been adopted in the latest years in order to crack problems like these. Okay, so if you look at all these yojanas, majorly they are all based on Kaushal. So Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, we know that the Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana does focuses on enhancing the skill of the youth. But which edition was there? If you look at the options, the latest edition is the Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana 4.0. So this is the answer for this question. Okay. Although all the options contain the same, the versions are different. The latest version of this Yojana is 4.0, which was announced by the Union Budget in 23-24 to enhance the skill of the youth. Okay, so uh, hoping students have understood this. I can quickly come to the whiteboard and I can also make all students write an important point regarding this. I'm just writing the main heading for completeness. This is Iit-Jam Economics Entrance, and we are looking at the discussion of the 2024 question paper. We are looking at question number 5, and I'm just making all students write that the union budget, the union budget of 23 to 24 announced Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana 4.0 to enhance the skills of the youth over the next 3 years. Okay, so this aims to expand and improve the training initiatives, how to better train the youth to enhance their skills. So this aims to expand and improve the training initiatives of the older version, or I can say the previous versions, thus addressing more advanced skills, and wider sectors to meet the evolving demands of the to meet the evolving demands of the economy. So although we had to mark the correct answer, but I thought that I should also give an explanation to all students as to what the Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana 4.0 talks about. So it's not much different from the previous versions. All these versions basically talk about enhancing the skill of the youth, but this one talks about, it's a more recent version launched in 23-24, which talks about enhancing or addressing the advanced skills, more advanced skills and wider sectors, not focusing only on one sector, but wider sectors to meet the changing or evolving demands of the. So this is my answer, but I also gave a proper explanation as to why this is the answer and what it actually talks about. Okay, so if I come back to the question paper, then let's look at question number 6. Now it's a complete change of subject. Question number 6, if you read it, suppose a random variable x follows an exponential distribution with mean 50. Then find the value of the conditional probability of x greater than 70, conditional on x greater than 60. Now, exponential distribution is something I cover up in my intermediate statistical methods for economics course. Students can check out my lecture videos on special distributions where I've covered binomial distribution, Poisson distribution, hypergeometric distribution, negative binomial distribution, and exponential distribution. These are special distributions we cover up in our intermediate statistical methods for economics course. And remember, exponential distribution is also called a memory-less distribution. Okay, so if I come to the whiteboard to solve this, erasing this part off. So we are given that the random variable x, follows an exponential distribution. It follows an exponential distribution with mean 50. Okay, so we all know what's the mean of the exponential distribution. If students recall, the mean of the exponential distribution, it's 1 over lambda. Okay, so what do I need to find out? I need to find the probability of x greater than 70 conditional on x greater than 60. Okay, so if all students recall the memory-less property of the exponential distribution, recall the memory-less property of the exponential distribution, which implies what? Which implies that probability of x greater than a time period s plus t conditional on x greater than the time period s will simply be equal to the probability of x greater than the time period. When I say that my random variable x follows an exponential distribution, and when I say that I need to find the probability of x greater than the time period s plus t when it's greater than s, I simply need to find out the probability of x greater than t. I can do this only because of the memory-less property of the exponential distribution. So this is something which is very important. Okay, now how do I find the probability of x greater than t? This is nothing but 1 minus probability of x less than or equal to t, which is nothing but 1 minus f of t, where f of t is the cumulative distribution function. Now, in general, students should recall what's the cumulative density function for an exponential distribution. F of x is equal to 1 minus e to the power minus lambda x. Okay, so for x greater than or equal to 0, and 0 otherwise. This is the, I can say this is the cumulative distribution function for an exponential distribution, CDF. So 1 minus e to the power minus lambda x. So what will f of t be? F of t will be 1 minus e to the power minus lambda t. So if I open up and solve this, this is 1 minus 1. This minus and this minus makes it plus e to the power minus lambda t. 1 and minus 1 cancel. I get e to the power minus lambda t. And now what is lambda? We are given that the mean is 50. That means what is the mean of the exponential distribution in general? I can write the mean of the exponential distribution. Mean of the exponential distribution in general is 1 over lambda, which is given to us as 50. Mean is 50. So if 1 over lambda is 50, what will lambda be? Lambda will simply be 1 over 50. If 1 over lambda is 50, because the mean of the exponential distribution is 1 over lambda, if 1 over lambda is 50, it means lambda is 1 over 50. That means what will my answer be? It will be e to the power minus lambda t. That means e to the power minus 1 over 50. I can write e to the power minus 1 over minus lambda t. So this is, I can write minus lambda t. But what is this is minus lambda is 1 over 50. And what is t? If you look at t, so this is my s plus t and this is my s. So what is t? T is simply 10. 70 minus 60. If you look at t, it's 10. So 0 and 0 cancel out. What is my final answer? My answer is e to the power minus 1 over 5. So I can write it here. If I erase this portion off, I can write that my answer is finally probability of x greater than 70 conditional on x greater than 60 is e to the power minus 1 over 5. I'm repeating it again how we solved it. We simply use the memoryless property. Probability of x greater than s plus t conditional on x greater than s is probability of x greater than t, which is 1 minus probability of x less than equal to t. This is nothing but f of t, which is my cumulative density function for an exponential distribution. We all should know that for an exponential distribution, f of t is 1 minus e to the power minus lambda t. When I open this up, 1 and minus 1 cancel out. Minus into minus makes it plus. I get e to the power minus lambda t. We are given that the mean of the exponential distribution is 50. So 1 over lambda is 50, which makes lambda as 1 over 50. So I can write that lambda is 1 over 50. What is my t? S plus t is 70. S is 60. So t will be what? I'm writing it here just for clarity. T will be 70 minus 60, which is 10. If I put 10 here, this 0 and this 0 cancel, which gives me e to the power negative 1.5 as my answer for question number 6. So if I come back to the question paper, we can mark the correct answer, which is e to the power negative 1.5. This is the final answer for this question. So moving forward to the next question, question number 7. Which of the following measures was not initiated by the government of India as a part of the economic reforms in 1991? Now, we all know that the economic reforms in 1991 primarily comprised of liberalization, privatization, globalization, which I have covered up in my Indian economy course. Okay, so if you look at the answers to this, announcement of new industrial policy, yes, the government did announce the new industrial policy, liberalization, privatization, globalization in 1991. So this is not the answer. Full convertibility of rupee on capital account. This was done by the government in 1994. If all students can recall, first of all, you should know that when we talk about convertibility, convertibility is going to capture the ease with which a country's currency can be exchanged for other currencies or gold for that matter. Okay, when we talk about full convertibility on capital account was not done in 1991. This was not done in 1991. Okay, full convertibility was not done in 1991. So the answer for this question is option B. Removal of quantitative restrictions is nothing but liberalization. So this happened in 1991. Guidelines for investment by FIIs in capital account. This was also a part of globalization, which took place in, I can say, in 1991. Globalization involved FDIs and FIIs coming into our economy. Okay, so my answer for this question is option B. Full convertibility of rupee, not done in 1991. In fact, it was done in 1994 and later. Okay, so this is my answer for this particular question, where I'm just quickly coming to the whiteboard just to explain to all students what is meant by convertibility. So I can write that convertibility of rupee captures the ease, it captures the ease with which rupee can be exchanged for other currencies or gold. Okay, so this is a conceptual note which all students should write. It's a conceptual note. When we talk about convertibility, full convertibility means that rupee was fully convertible. That means rupee can fully be exchanged for other currencies or gold. And when I say in the capital account, it means that all capital inflows and outflows, rupee can be easily converted to other currencies. Okay, so hoping students have understood this. Remember, capital account records all transactions relating to purchase and sale of assets. It talks about, the capital account talks about transactions relating to FDI, foreign direct investment, FII, foreign institutional investment. So when I say that rupee is fully convertible in the capital account, okay, it simply talks about the fact that all transactions relating to buying and selling of assets, rupee can be easily exchanged for other currencies. So this was question 7, part B. This is my answer. Okay, moving forward to question 8. Suppose the nominal GDP equals 1000 units and money supply equals 250 units. Based on the quantity theory of money, what is the velocity of money? Okay, so this is something which I have covered up in my lectures in the introductory macroeconomics course, in my lectures on quantity theory of money. So if I quickly come to the whiteboard, let's look at question number 8. Recall the quantity theory of money equation. Recall the quantity theory of money equation. Okay, which is M into V is equal to P into Y. Now, what are we given? Where students should know that M denotes nominal money stock. M denotes the nominal money stock. V denotes velocity. And P into Y denotes my nominal GDP. What are we given? We are given that the nominal GDP, which is P into Y, equals 1000 units. And we are given that money supply. M also denotes money supply by the nominal money stock or money supply, money held by the public. Okay, M is given to us in the question as 250 units. How will I find velocity? Velocity from this equation will simply be P into Y over M. P into Y is 1000. M is 250. How much is 1000 by 254? Velocity captures the rate of circulation of money in the economy. So recall that velocity denoted by V captures the rate of circulation of money in the economy. Okay, how will I interpret V equal to 4? It simply means that every rupee note is going to enter into someone's income 4 times. So I can write that This means that every rupee note enters someone's income 4 times in a given year. This is how I can interpret velocity. Also means the rate of circulation of money in the economy. Okay, so if I come back to the question paper, I can mark the correct answer is 4. Velocity is 4. Okay, and the last question I intend to discuss for today is question number 9. Okay, we are given two sets S1 and S2. And if you look at S1, it's x plus y greater than equal to 1, or x plus y less than equal to 2, y greater than equal to x square, x and y greater than equal to 0. And the second set is pretty much the same, but instead of y greater than equal to x square, we have y less than equal to x square. We need to find out which of them is a convex set if you look at the options. How do we work out the convex set? Basically, any set is said to be a convex set if I take 2 points inside the set, and if I join them, the line segment should lie within the set. So if I quickly come to the whiteboard and if I plot these two sets for all students, set S1 is set of all x, y belonging to R square such that x plus y is greater than equal to 1, x plus y is less than equal to 2, y is greater than equal to x square, x and y are greater than equal to 0. If I plot a diagram for this, if I plot a graph, this is x, this is y, this is my origin. X plus y equal to one line will pass through this point. This is my line x plus y equal to 1. With this being 1, comma 0, and this being 0, comma 1. And the shading will be towards this point. X plus y greater than equal to 1 means the shading will be here in this direction. Using red color, I can plot x plus y less than equal to 2. It will pass through 2, comma 0 and 0, comma 2. So this is going to be my line x plus y equal to 2. And less than equal to 2 means shading will be towards the origin in this direction. And y equal to x square in blue color is going to be a parabola like this. This is going to be a parabola y equal to x square. And y greater than equal to x square means shading is up in this direction. Shading is up. So that means if you carefully look at the area, look at this green area now, which I am shading. This green area is satisfying this inequality also, x plus y greater than equal to 1. It is satisfying this inequality also, that x plus y should be less than equal to 2. And it is satisfying this inequality also, y greater than equal to x square. Okay, and you can clearly see that it's a convex set. If you take any 2 points, let me take any 2 points in this green area, take them anywhere, join them, the whole line segment lies within the set. So this is, I can say, this is a convex set. So S1 is a convex. Now let's talk about S2. If I erase this off, what is S2? S2 means everything is the same, but there's a slight change now. This change, I am representing it. So S2 is set of xy belonging to R2 such that x plus y greater than equal to 1, x plus y less than equal to 2, but now comes the change. Instead of y greater than equal to x square, it's less than or equal to x square. And x and y are greater than equal to 0. If I plot a graph for this is x, this is y, this is x plus y equal to 1 line. This is x plus y equal to 2 line. Okay. So this is 1 comma 0, 0 comma 1. This is 2 comma 0, 0 comma 2. Okay. And this is my, using blue color, I'm plotting the parabola, which is this. This is my parabola y equal to x square. Now let's look at the shading. For the black one, x plus y greater than or equal to 1, shading is away. For the red one, shading is towards, it's towards the origin. And for the blue one, the shading is again now in the downward direction. Downward direction means it's going to be this direction. Instead of shading up, we are now shading it down. So this direction. So shading will be, instead of above, it's going to be below now. It's going to be this area. The blue marks I am making, it's going to be y less than or equal to x square. So now where will the common area be? If you look at the common area, so it's going to be to the right of x plus y equal to 1, to the left of x plus y equal to 2, and below. That means it's going to be this area. This is my area of shading. I am shading it for all students. So basically this area. The yellow area all students can now see on your screens. It satisfies this inequality, y less than or equal to x square. It satisfies this inequality, x plus y less than or equal to 2. And it satisfies this inequality also, x plus y greater than or equal to 1. Okay. But now let's see whether it's a convex set or not. Okay. So if you look at this, there are some portions which are getting excluded. For example, if I talk about this area, if I take a point here, you can see that there is some of the area left, which is this area. I can shade it in green color. Because when I say y less than or equal to x squared, it's everything below. It's everything below y equal to x. And if I talk about x plus y greater than or equal to 1, it's everything to the right of x plus y greater than or equal to 1. That means all this area is x plus y greater than or equal to 1. Okay. If I talk about x plus y less than or equal to 2, it's all of this area. X plus y less than equal. So students can clearly see, if you look at the overlapping region, there are some points in S2 which are where the line segment will lie outside. There are some points where the line segment, although it's a bit difficult to trace, but look at this green area. I mean, the green area is where, we are not having this inequality getting satisfied, but the other two are getting satisfied. So I can say that this is not a convex set. This is not a convex. Okay, because it's not a closed area. In the previous S1 graph, the area was pretty much closed. So that was convex. Here the area is a bit open, especially at the green portion, which makes it not a convex set. So my answer is that S1 is a convex set, but S2 is not a convex set. Option B is my answer. S1 is a convex set, but S2 is not a convex set. Okay, so if you look at X1 also, guys, all the line segments themselves were also included. But if you look at S2, some of the line segments will not be included when you look at the graph. And the only difference between them is this treatment of this versus this. Okay. In the second case, y is less than equal to x square. That means you are going below the parabola. So below the parabola means it pretty much includes all this region also. It pretty much includes all this region also, which is below the parabola. But this region does not include the red region, because red region is everything to the left of x plus y equal to. And similarly, if you look at the green region, the green region here, the green region here includes the blue region, but not the black region, because black region is everything to the right of x plus y equal to 1. So some regions are always missing out. That means if I take two random points and if I join them, my line segment will not lie within that set. It's a bit difficult to visualize. I understand it's a bit tricky question, but if you like try and visualize it in your minds, it's very difficult to show it because there are too many shades here. But if you try and visualize it in your mind, you'll see that one region always, one shaded area includes two inequalities, but always misses the third inequality. Like I said, the green area includes this x plus y less than equal to 2 and y less than equal to x, but it does not include this. And the blue area includes x plus y greater than equal to 1 and y less than equal to x square, but does not include x plus y less than or equal to. So that is where it becomes not a convex. Okay, so this is where I stop in this particular lecture. We have solved till question number 9. In the next lecture, I'm going to start with the discussion of question 10. So I hope all students have enjoyed this lecture. Any doubts, you can unmute your mic and ask, or you can get in touch with me for doubts on call or WhatsApp, or you can mail me your doubts at divineschoolof economics@gmail.com. This is where I stop in this lecture.